Wow, from one Eala to another, former PBA Commissioner Noli Eala takes on a new role as chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission. Now, what can we expect from the PSC with Mr. Noli Eala in charge? Let's find out from the man himself. Let's go all out on this story with a new PSC chairman himself. There he is. My idol growing up, still is, Mr. Noli Eala, host of Power and Play, former PBA commissioner, former PBA commentator. Magandang umaga sa'yo, Lodi Noli.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much for inviting, and I'm very happy to be on your show.
Thank you. Pasensya na kinulit kita kahapon. At sabi ko nga, even if I try to emulate your voice, I cannot. Kahit ano pang baba ang gawin ko sa boses ko. I want to hear you first, your thoughts, because I saw your tweet before we talk about the PSC. Really quick, your thoughts on Alex Eala, sir.
It was a fantastic news for Philippine sports. We were up early watching Alex play, and we're very happy. I think this is a tremendous, it was a terrific game. I think Alex has improved in so many aspects of the game, and we're just so excited that she is now in the semifinals again of another major, and we're praying for her success and hoping that she can bring home the title and go all the way in the US Open.
Well, we are really proud of Alex. We're rooting for her. She's in the semis. Keep on going. Basta Eala talaga, alam natin, magaling. So, eto, una sa lahat, na-congratulate kita hapon, pero on-air hindi pa. Congratulations again, sir. Now that you're tasked with leading the PSC, how are you going to sustain the success of Philippine sports that has had through the years? Yes, we've had challenges as well, but if we take a look at the incredible run of our athletes with our women's football team in the World Cup, world stage, recent years to EJ Obiena as well, doing so well. Of course, the Olympic gold, the first ever brought by Heidelin Diaz into Tokyo Olympics, sir.
Well, alam naman natin ang formula for success really that has been shown by Heidelin herself. No? And I think it's time for the PSC just to continue to build on the programs, on the games that have created that formula. And I think that's where I'm excited that's what I'm excited to do, really support and strengthen the programs of the PSC in the past, particularly in the last few years. No? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to creating my own programs and stamp our own mark in the agenda, in the sports agenda, and that is to bring up sports in the up to the next level, no? And basically, it will really be science-based, technology-driven, and data-centered. Hopefully, we can enhance the training of our elite athletes, no? Mm-hmm. But outside of that, there is the grassroots program that has to be taken care of for the PSC. It is our most important mandate, I believe, and this is in order for us to continue to build an ecosystem wherein we are able to develop talent, discover talent, and nurture them. No? Our athletes are obviously going to get old, and we need to continue to find these budding stars, these heroes of our time, as the president had called them, and create a pathway for their success, mm-hmm, so that they can bring glory and pride to the Philippines.
I like that. Well said, Mr. Eala. I create, of course, glory and create a good path for their success. And you've hinted at a possible revival because you just touched up on grassroots, most important mandate. Yung Gintong Alay program, sir, you touched up on that. Siyempre, this program was responsible for producing Philippine sports legends like Lydia De Vega, among others. How do you see this revival of the program as a way of developing and producing caliber athletes, especially from the grassroots level, sir?
There are many good points to the Project Gintong Alay back in the 80s, no? And obviously that has produced so many good athletes, no? From Lydia to El Mamuros to Isidro Del Prado to all of our boxers. It is a blueprint. It is a a plan that has obviously worked, and I plan, with the support of the board, to continue to harness that particular blueprint, pick the right elements, and maybe modernize it. No, a lot of that, of course, is the ability to focus on certain elite sports. That's one, but also the ability to discover a lot of good talent. No, and to do that, you need a lot of support, not only from our partners in government, but also in the private sector. And I think that's where I will try also to focus. One of the mandates of the PSC is to enhance funding and appropriation for Philippine sports. And it does not have to necessarily all come from government. The private sector must play a big role. And the plan is to solicit their support by asking them to buy into a sustainable and a clear and consistent program. And that's what we will do by providing them with the incentives that are already provided in the PSC law. So it's really not reinventing the wheel, Andre. I think the success of Philippine sports is already part of the vision of the PSC law, and it's just a matter of leveraging on what we can already provide based on law.
Chair Noli, kayo pa lang ni Commissioner Bongku ang bumubuo ng PSC, tama, di ba? What are your expectations from the Philippine Sports Commission kapag nakumpleto na kayo? Once you have that complete team, what are you looking forward to and also expecting?
Well, it's part of the advice that I got from Chairman Butch. Sabi niya sa akin, just make sure that your board is a working board. And that's what I expect. I have made nominations to the Office of the President for the members of the PSC board. And my nominations are all people who are professional. These are not political favors or people who are simply going to be poster boys of the PSC. But these are people who are experienced in their own areas and, of course, who have a lot of knowledge that they can contribute to the programs that we hope to build in the PSC. So again, it will be a working board. It will be an active board. It will be a vibrant board. And certainly hope that energy can cascade down to all of our stakeholders in sports.
I'm just getting excited just hearing what you're saying, Com Noli. And I'm sure they will be more than qualified once the board is completed and the PSC is completed with you at the helm. Well, next year, Com, alam naman natin, pag sinabing Pilipinas basketball, di ba? We're crazy. We love our basketball, I think, to say the least. And kahapon pinag-usapan nga natin, di ba? Basketball, Fiba World Cup. Host tayo, malapit. Alam natin, pag sinabing basketball, malapit din sa puso mo yan. Di ba? PBA commissioner nga, PBA commentator, and former SBP executive director and program director ng original Gilas program, for those who don't know. Now, how will the PSC help in assisting in next year's hosting of the FIBA World Cup?
Well, the PSC is very excited to be to give our support to the local organizing committee headed by, of course, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas. We already met with Executive Director Sani Barrios and his team, including Mr. Dicky Bachman, who is the head of operations of the LOC.
Correct.
And the PSC has already pledged its support to the SBP, to the FIBA World Cup. We will provide whatever little resources that we have, but we certainly have a lot in terms of our human resources, and we're ready to really help the SBP showcase not only our kind of basketball, but also the kind of hospitality we can provide the world. So we have discussed, I am planning to form our own task force in the PSC so that it will be a parallel activity, and we can coordinate quickly with all of the requirements that FIBA is imposing on the LOC. So we're excited and we're happy to be part of the FIBA World Cup.
Sounds good. And you did mention Mr. Dicky Bachman, of course, the head of operations, local organizing committee of the Fiba World Cup 2023, also newly appointed as UAAP commissioner. We will be speaking to Mr. Bachman in just a bit. Sir, lastly, before I let you go, I know you're a busy man. You said, and I quote, that the PSC under your watch will care for Philippine sports like no other. How do you plan to do just that?
Well, my heart has always been in sports, Andre. That the passion is there. That is, I think, the way to build a nation. Sports is an integral part of that, and it's enshrined in our basic law, the Constitution. No? And when I say we will care for Philippine sports like no other, programs that will work, and we will certainly make it work, will be laid out in the next years. No, and I think in the beginning, we will prioritize the needs of the athletes. As we speak, I just stepped out of our PSC board meeting, and I have already given my directional instructions that whatever are being requested of us, the marching order is to give everything to the NSAs and to the athletes. Of course, within our parameters, but we certainly will support. And that's the way we will care for Philippine sports. This will not be bogged down by management or liquidation issues. We will try to work with and around it, but certainly everything will be done for the athletes and all of the stakeholders of Philippine sports, including every boy and girl who wants to get into sports. It will be sports for all, and it will be caring for sports like no other.
Sounds good. And I'm just really looking forward. I am excited. Thank you, sir, for your time. I know you did step out of your own meeting just to be here with us on Sports Desk on CNN Philippines. Sir Noli, let's keep in touch. Maraming pong salamat sa iyo. Mabuhay ka at mabuhay ang PSC under your watch. Thank you, sir.
Maraming salamat.
Happy weekend. That was the new chairman of the Philippine Sports Commission, Mr. Noli Eala.